Write this down. It is impossible to claim God's promise when his will is unknown. It's impossible to claim God's promise when his will is unknown. In other words, how can you claim healing and you don't even know his will? How can you claim and receive it? You want to name it and claim it, and you don't even know the will of God. I could go around and ask everybody, what is the will of God for your life? You could tell me about all of this spiritual stuff and can't even tell me when it comes to healing. Well, it's God's will for you to be healed. But tell me about that. What does that mean? Does that mean somebody pray for you and then you come back and give a testimony of what God did supernaturally? There's more to that. See, when you talk about getting healed, you're talking about dealing with old stuff in your bloodline. I'm going to go back because I ain't finished it. You know, you're talking about overcoming rejection in your heart. Everybody in this room been rejected. I got to go right back and revisit this. Everybody in this room been rejected. Everybody in this room been rejected. Nobody in here has been exempt from rejected. I'm going to start right here. You've been rejected by your daddy. You've been rejected by your mama. And the enemy uses that. That's his tactic. That's his plan to make you sick. You don't realize most of our sicknesses, I'm talking about long term. Come on now. I'm talking about strong attacks. And it's so amazing. You've been rejected, and now you got this stress that's been boiling inside of you since you were a child, and now the acidic poison in your body has been released. Now you got all these toxins where you've been holding in stuff because you can't straighten somebody because you was a child, because they reject you and they told you keep your mouth shut. Who you talking to? Don't tell my business in the street. I'm gonna beat your mama down, but if you say something, I'm gonna beat you down too. See, you've been holding that deep down inside. You've been cussing and fussing around your children. Don't you know they've been holding some sickness inside of them, and it's boiling and it's becoming cancerous? I know what I'm talking about. Rejection will make you sick. Rejection will do something to you spiritually and physically. And we don't have a clue that the enemy has set us up to make us sick in our adulthood by what happened in our childhood. Somebody didn't want you. Somebody didn't talk to you. Somebody didn't bring you a birthday gift. Come on. Somebody rejected you in the classroom. You had a girlfriend, and you wrote her a note. Do you like me? And she wrote, no. Will you be my girlfriend? No. Matter of fact, she didn't even write no. She tore it up and threw it in your garbage in the face. Y'all ever seen that in school? I have. I remember it to this day. Come on, somebody. Jesus. Thank you. Confession is good for the soul. I ain't preaching this. I'm living this thing. And rejection comes from all over. Everybody picking everybody except me. We playing football. What about me? Can I play? No. Your daddy too mean. I'm rejected because I had a father in my life. Come on, somebody. Friends in my neighborhood didn't have daddy, but mine was there. And he didn't let you come in his yard cussing. And when it was time to cut the yard, he said, you better get out there and cut that grass. Don't tell me nothing else. Wasn't no lip service. But you living with your mom and you mad at me, and we call them haters, but it's all about rejection. Most of your haters hate you because they've been rejected. When you understand the source of your haters, it's all about rejection. Anybody that comes against you, it's about rejection. So when you get wise enough, your people that hate you, all the people that's around you, your friends that cross you, your adult friends that talk about you. Come on, adults, I'm talking in here. Your friends that's always in your business, you got to get the revelation. They just been rejected and they mad because you have rejected them. But I'm reading, and the Bible says, Jesus, he preached, he taught in the synagogue, he preached the gospel of the kingdom, and then the next thing he did, healed all of them diseases. You see the pattern? He taught, he preached, then he went and healed. He didn't go and have a conference. He didn't go, and the Bible didn't even say he raised an offering. The next priority on his list from preaching was healing. How can we preach and we don't demonstrate healing? So many preachers. See, my desire is what I preach, I got to demonstrate. My desire is what I preach. If I preach healing, I got to see healing. Are y'all understand what I'm saying? How many times we've been going to churches or we go to church and never seen somebody healed in our life? I'm saying something because the Bible says he healed all of the diseases. Every person you encounter from this day forth, I'm going to tell you, I'm activating you right now. Whether you want to or not, whether you want to receive it, I'm declaring right now that you will not be afraid to lay hands on the sick, every disease, because the Jesus Christ that's in me is the Jesus Christ that's in you. And the same authority that's in Jesus Christ gave you the authority to heal sickness and disease. Now, some of y'all, that might be hard to believe, but you got to stir up your faith. You got to activate your faith. Young people, you might not have Jesus Christ. First of all, you got to get saved. Because Jesus ain't in you. You go to lay hand on sickness, that sickness going to jump on you. But come on, if you see your mother dying there, you're going to sit there and just look at her? If you see your child sitting there, if your child is sick, come on, you just going to rely on a doctor? You got to get some boldness inside of you to say, wait a minute, the same thing that Jesus did, I can do it. And when I do it, it's going to happen. Because it's not me that's doing it, it's him doing it through me. And when he does it through me, I got to see some results. And because the word was preached, I received the word. Because I've been taught the word, and what I've been taught to demonstrate. Why do you teach, teacher? You teach so children can do what you taught them to do. You teach them and prepare them for a test. And when they get out there and get ready to take the test, you preach to them and say, come on, y'all can pass the FCAT, the CRCT. You can pass this test. You can do it. You can do it. You preach to them to encourage them. You preach to them to stir up the gift. You can do it. You can do it. You can lay hands on the sick. You go, 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 go. You can save the sick. You can save those that are bound. You can do it. That's what preaching is. I taught you. Now I'm going to encourage you. I'm going to edify you. I'm going to build the body up. You can do it. It's for the perfecting of the saints. That's what the gifts are for in the church, for the perfecting of the saints. And a lot of us have not been perfected because we've been in churches that have rejected you. You can't perfect somebody who's been rejected.